Before I start explaining how Nintendo Cross could be a thing, I think you probably want to know what Nintendo Cross is in the first place. Chances are you're coming from that video, or you've at least seen it, but if not, Nintendo Cross is kind of this concept video thing I posted a couple of days ago, where it basically just kind of shows you what I think the virtual console could possibly become. That is in no ways a direct prediction, nor is it necessarily really what I think they're going to do. It's just kind of something that came to me one day after thinking about it, and it's possible, and I'm going to explain how it's possible now. But obviously you're going to want to know what Nintendo Cross is before watching this, so I think the trailer does a better job at explaining it than I could here, so I think you should just go watch that. Also, it's a pretty good video, I think at least. I worked pretty hard on it, so go watch it if you haven't, and then come back here. Alright, so now that we're all caught up, hey guys, it's Thomas on the Switch Stop, and I'm going to be explaining how Nintendo Cross could potentially be a thing. Keep in mind, as I said, this is in no ways a prediction. I am 99% sure this won't happen. I was just thinking it would be pretty cool, and then there were a couple of really crazy coincidences that kind of pointed towards this possibly happening. So, first of all, we have the Nintendo NX, or as it's known now, the Nintendo Switch. However, we've known about the NX since all the way back in 2015 in an investors meeting where Nintendo announced multiple things, including the Nintendo NX and their partnership with DNA, a mobile developing studio, and then they announced that they were going to start making mobile apps. So ever since we got the initial NX announcement, people have been speculating, what does this even stand for? I mean, it seems like it would have to stand for something, right? And it's pretty clear that the N is probably, Nintendo. But the X is really where it gets crazy. A lot of people have been speculating wild, and honestly, there's no way we're gonna get anything official until, obviously, they officially say it. But I don't see them even doing that anytime soon because the Switch is already out, so why even bother? But a lot of fans, including myself, settled on the name Nintendo Experience, and looking back, it definitely makes a lot of sense. With the Nintendo Switch, you get the full Nintendo Experience. You get the handheld, and you get the console all in one. It is the full experience. But I don't know if you guys remember, way back when these things were all rumors, there was also a rumor of a console named the MX. M as in monkey, X. This was a product, I'm not going to say console as you'll see in a second, that was developed alongside the NX. After a bit, we didn't really get any more rumors about the MX, and the rumors were never even close to as prevalent as the NX, but it did exist for a period of time. However, we got absolutely no leaks about what the actual thing would be, which leads me to believe that this was never a console. I believed that this was some sort of service because if it was a console, we would have definitely gotten some at least fake leaks or patent hunting, but we got none of that. But that begs the question, NX Nintendo Experience, what could MX be? Well, when pondering this, I thought maybe it's the mobile experience, and instead of the Switch just being in handheld, you can also do stuff on mobile. Then I remembered some other leaks all the way back in the day, about how Nintendo filed a bunch of patents about streaming games to a mobile device. Then I finally remembered what was announced alongside the announcement of the NX, their partnership with DNA Mobile, and the announcement that Nintendo would start making mobile games. From there, my mind just kinda ran wild, and I created the idea of Nintendo Cross, where you can basically play these games across different devices. Your phone, your tablet, your Switch, hell, maybe even your computer, because as you can see in this infographic, Nintendo talks about how the Wii U, 3DS, and Switch, and phone, and computer were all supposed to live in this ecosystem, and that always struck me as odd. Not the 3DS or Wii U part, because obviously they're not gonna come out and say that they're just killing off their consoles until, they actually finally kill their consoles, which they seem to not be doing with the 3DS. But what struck me as odd was that the Switch was listed alongside mobile devices, which, okay, they literally just announced that partnership, but whatever, and computers. Why would Nintendo list the Switch with your computer and your mobile device? Well, I think all three of those devices could work with Nintendo Cross, and that would kind of, I don't know, just make playing these old games a blast, and it would be way easier to do things such as online multiplayer, as you saw with Mario Kart 64 in that trailer that I kind of created. Anyway, that's where I'm coming from with this. If you have any ideas on what you guys think the Virtual Console will end up looking like, let me know in the comments below, because as every day passes and we don't get an announcement for it, I am getting way more confident that it is not just going to be your typical Virtual Console service, and I have a strong feeling that it'll probably be lumped in with the Nintendo Switch Online paid subscription, and that's why I kind of lumped in Nintendo Cross with that anyway. Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Thomas from the Switch Stop, signing off. Peace.